Okay. Hey, Maddie.
Hi, Nick.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. A little tired, but good.
A
Um,
little tired. So, can you finally please tell me what's going on with you? What's
I will in a
happening?
sec, but first and
Oh, fuck
foremost,
me.
are you mad at me?
I am. I need to know what's going
Oh,
on.
'cause you keep texting KK. Just the two letters KK
Oh,
whenever I talk to you. And I'm like, oh no, she's so pissed at
oh.
me, and I don't know what I did.
No.
What a whore.
No. It's just, I think KK is funny. It's better than K. K feels dismissive to me.
Okay.
And I don't have anything else to
KK.
add. So, KK.
Is this title of apps just gonna be KK?
KK.
KK. Okay, that's good to know. I know. I don't need to stress every time I get a KK from people now. Um,
Well, specifically from me, I feel like it's like out in the wide world, people think that it's like a dismissive,
right.
passive aggressive type of thing. But if you ever get it from me, it's definitely not that.
Okay.
It's just
Well,
me being lazy.
I'm ready to do the elephant in the room right now.
Okay, good.
This
Go.
week. The elephant in the room this week. Elephant in the room this week is that I've been busy and
Yeah.
exhausted for the last couple of days, and I've completely forgot. I was so busy, I completely forgot yesterday that we sometimes record Sundays.
Right.
Uh, um, and basically it's because
Oh, God. Stop it! Stop! Oh, my God, he's so cute! Oh, my God! He's so cute!
she's so tiny whiny. You don't understand.
Stop it! Oh my God! Tell me everything. What is she? She? What's her name?
Her name's Pippi because she's got little stockings on her feet.
Oh my God! What is she? She? What is she? Is she? What is she?
Look at her little tail.
Oh my God! She looks so much like Nigel when he was. Is she a
I kind of
Snoushy?
thought so. She's not. She's a Maltese cross toy poodle, so she's a little moodle.
Whack! Oh my God! When did you get her? How dare you keep me in the? Is this payback for the fact
It's
that I didn't tell
payback.
you?
Yes. Literally, Mum was like, "Why aren't you texting?" Mum was like, "What? What did Maddie say about Pippi?" And I was like, "I haven't told her yet. I'm waiting for the podcast."
You're so fucking
You
rude.
like
Oh my God!
can't even see her face because she's so black, but you can when she looks
Yes.
to the side, you can see her eye. It's so cute.
Oh my God! Nigel was like that too. When did you get her?
So we got her on Saturday lunch.
How long have you known you were gonna have her?
Only since Thursday.
Whack! I'm so surprised you were able to get her so quickly. How old is she?
She's 8 weeks today. So we got her 2 days early, which was okay because it was the weekend. Little tongue. Oh no, it's so cute. It's so
She is
cute.
so cute. Oh my God, we're getting Benson tomorrow, so they're gonna be able to have play
What?
dates. Yeah, I know.
I was like, I texted you. I asked you the other day when you're getting Benson because I was like, maybe we're
Yeah.
getting him the same day. How adorable would that be? Oh, so close.
So
But
close.
that means they're only a day apart in birth.
I don't know when Benson was born. I
Well, if you're
was
picking
kept
him
in the
up
dark about
tomorrow,
all
that
of that.
means he's 8 weeks tomorrow.
No, I don't think he is 8 weeks tomorrow. I think it was 8 weeks. I think it was from today we were able to pick him up because we
Oh,
were
okay.
originally going to go on Wednesday, but we can't now.
So
So
does
we're
that
going tomorrow
mean
instead.
they have the exact same pickup date, which means they have the same birthday?
That'd be so cute.
That'd be so cute. Yeah, little Pippi.
Oh my God. She is adorable. She looks so much like Nigel. I can't believe it. She's so cute.
She's so cute. She's so cute.
She's
And she's so
so
loving.
cute.
And she's so freaking brave. She's
Is
like,
she?
yeah, she'll literally explore everywhere. We
Oh my
almost called her
God.
Dora the Explorer.
Oh,
I
that's
know.
so cute.
My number one name was Noodle, but my sister wouldn't let me call her Noodle because it's the family pup.
That's really, is that Noodle after the pug or just Noodle because she's a noodle?
Just Noodle because it's a cute name for a puppy.
It's really true. We actually call Nigel Noodle all the time.
I do too. I used to call Roxy Noodle, and
Oh
I know, but I'm still
my
calling her
God.
Noodle
Sometimes
as
it
a pet name.
shocks me how similar we are. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Stop it. I can't do it. Stop it.
She's literally the sweetest little thing. She's so cute. Now she's looking
I
at
can't wait to
earphones.
meet her. I have to come up as soon as possible.
I was thinking I should get you and Chelsea to come to my parents' place for a puppy meetup and a movie night.
Love that.
Stay the night because it's
I'm
as an
in.
early Christmas thing for us.
That's so cute. Oh my god, I have to meet her ASAP when she's still so tiny.
She's so freaking tiny.
Because they grow
It's
so fast.
insane. I know.
Oh my god, she's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, I love her so much.
She's so freaking adorable. We have a black fluffy mat upstairs, and we put her
Yeah.
on it the other night, and she just completely disappeared.
Literally. Oh my god, I remember one night when we first got Nigel, because when we first got him, he had hardly any white on him. He kind of has grown into the white fur.
Mm.
And I remember he was like going out to wee, dark. It was super dark. And all you kind of see was this like little white diamond on his butt. But the further away he got, the less you could see it. And we were like, fuck, he's gone. He's gone. Who fucking knows? He's just disappeared. So I'm
Adorable.
with it. I totally get it.
Adorable.
Oh my god, she's so cute.
She is, and I love her. And she's
Oh
so
my God.
fluffy
Is she
and
going to stay here for the
hypoallergenic.
podcast?
She is, because I'm giving Mum a little break.
They're so annoying, aren't they?
Yeah,
on.
she's pretty good.
Yeah.
She's a lot more
Is she
brave
sleeping
than
through the
Roxy
night?
was.
Yeah.
So she did Saturday night, but then last night she woke up a few times.
Oh my god.
But,
she's so cute. Did she cry?
Give me cuddles. Give me cuddles. She did. So for the first
mean
night,
she's
she
eating the
she
cord?
like, yeah. Well, oh well. The first night she was pretty good. She cried for the first. So we're trying to do the crate training, so that
Yeah.
she doesn't pee inside and stuff. Toilet train properly, which she's already really good at. The person who. The breeder? Is that what they're called? Breeders?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
had a doggy door and stuff, so she's used to doggy doors. But it's really fucking funny. She weighs like nothing, so she has to launch her entire body weight at the doggy door to get through it.
Oh my god.
It's so damn funny. But no, we're trying to
Truly,
train her.
how similar our experiences are is shocking me.
Where's your doggy door?
Well, there's one downstairs into mum and dad's room. Yeah.
Bless. I need to see them go through that because there's nothing cuter than dogs using doggy doors.
Together. And it took Nigel a very long time to get brave enough to go through there.
Yeah, that's with Roxy. Well, that was like 14 years ago. But yeah, same with Roxy.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
took ages and
Yeah.
ages.
Yeah.
That's not my
Nigel's
computer.
always-
You can't
we
lick
did-
that.
Kenzie did crate training with Nigel too, but honestly, he ditched it after maybe 3 or 4 weeks because Nigel did not like it. Like, was not happy about it. Wouldn't sleep through the
Yeah.
night. Cried.
Okay.
Didn't like being in there. But he also was quite well toilet trained, so he's never. I think he's maybe weed inside once, like within
Yeah.
the first week we got him, and he never has outside of that.
Yeah,
So-
I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's so crazy now that like he won't wee or poo unless we take him to a specific spot. He just fucking holds it. If we go on holiday for 3 days, he won't poo. He's like, no, I can't poo here. I need to go in front of Juan's house.
That's so
It's
cute.
fucking crazy. It's,
is crazy.
It's really wild.
That was me in primary school,
Yeah.
high school. Literally, we went on like this camping camp thing for like 3 days where we had like hiked the whole time and all this shit. And I literally didn't poop for 4 days because I didn't poop beforehand because I was nervous. And then I didn't poop until we got back because I didn't want to poop on the trip.
So funny.
I was
so
in pain.
funny.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, she's actually doing quite well with the sleeping and crate training.
Oh, that's so good.
She like, I just sit with her until she stops crying. Basically just wears herself like, well, not stops crying. Like I sit there so she doesn't cry, and then she falls asleep. So basically 5 minutes after the lights go out, she's asleep.
That's so cute.
But
Oh, now
last
you're
night
finally
was...
going to know why every single week I talk about Nigel. You're going to get it now. When you let a new one into your heart, it's something special.
I know. I'm sorry for the person I'm going to become. Yeah, no, but then last night she was a bit more stubborn about getting to sleep, but that's because we had family over yesterday. We had a bit of a coming out party to introduce her to people.
Cute.
And she basically was just sleeping in people's arms the whole time, so she was not tired.
Yeah.
So
I think they're supposed to sleep for like 16 hours a day or something, which is insane.
it's insane. I googled it because Mum googled it and she was like, it's like something like 18 hours. And I googled it for the exact numbers: 18 to 22 hours a day.
That's crazy.
That's most of the day. That's my dream.
Right? Oh my God. Okay, this morning, when I walked past Mackenzie's room, it was like 9:30 and Nigel was in Mackenzie's bed still. And I was like, has he gotten up yet? And Mackenzie's like, no, he's still in there. Usually Nigel's out of bed at like 6 to go downstairs and see Mum and Dad. They're not here right now, but still, he usually goes down even if they're not here to just check, to see if they've magically reappeared during the night. Didn't so this morning. And then Mackenzie left to go out at about 11 and Nigel was still in bed. I was like, what? What a life.
What a life. Get fed
right?
and sleep.
Truly. Truly. Fucking ideal. Cuddles all the time. All he has to do occasionally is give us a high five. And we're like, wow, he's the bestest boy in the whole wide world. He can do whatever he wants.
The bestest boy.
Bestest boy. Mum actually just sent me a picture. Right? Mum just sent me a picture of the collar that she's bought for Benson. It's so fucking funny. Let me show it to you. It's a cat collar, obviously, because as you will now know, they're very tiny. Can you see that?
Is that swirly?
It's got like a bow tie on it and a bell.
Oh, that's so cute.
How funny is that?
Yeah, I bought little Pippi a cat collar as well with the bell.
Yeah. Yeah.
A black one with a silver bell so it would blend in with her fur.
Oh my God.
It doesn't fit. It's for a kitten. It doesn't fit.
It's
too big. It's too big. Literally, I had to get the excess material and hand sew so it would stay like that. But because it's too big and it had the little floppy bit from where I had to sew it, she didn't like it. And she kept scratching. No. So we took it off and we're just being super duper extra careful where she is.
Yeah. It took Nigel a long time also. He did not like his collar at first. And we just had to force it on him, basically. We just had to put it on him, and after like 5 or 6 days, he was like, okay, it's normal now.
Yeah.
But did you get one of those like small, those like stress beds that they do now? The really like big and fluffy ones. Oh, fuck. It's so cute when they're in a little bed like that. Let me show you a picture.
Do they just curl up?
Yeah, and they're so... Oh, man, they're so good. Let me see. Nigel eats his, so we've had to take them away from him. But
that's right, because he sniffs out any foam there is anywhere and eats it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cute.
That's a picture from right at the beginning. And that bed, by the way... Oh, actually, that's the big one. The small one's right next to him. There's like a really small one. And the small one literally is probably about this big and he can fit inside. Oh, my God. It's so cute.
Oh,
I know.
So
we've got another one for when he arrives. When Benson arrives. Yeah. It's really cute. You should definitely get one.
That is cute. That's freaking adorable. She just got used to the beanbag in the lounge room.
Oh, I love her so much.
Saturday and stuff, she would touch it and it would make a noise, obviously, because it's full of beans. And she'd shit herself and get terrified.
Oh my God. Okay, all right.
Okay, let's start pop culturing.
I was going to say, maybe we should move on because we're the only two that are going to be invested in this topic, considering we're staring directly at her.
Only if you listen to the audio. Pippi. If you listen to the audio, go look at the video version and fall in love with little Pippi.
She's so
and Nigel
cute.
And Benson.
Oh my God. Oh God. But we'll have to record an episode where we have Pippi and Benson. Nigel might be able to come. Yeah. He's too big now to be cute. That's a lie. He's still cute, but
he's adorable. Mr. Thornberry.
Yeah. Aw.
Bless. That's why I've been
my God, okay.
absorbed.
That's really, really fair. I totally understand. Okay, so I actually have 3 things. I know
That is
that
so
happened
many
this week. I
things for
actually
you.
wrote them down. I know. I wrote them down and everything. But do you have anything? What are we going to get into? What are you...
I did. I this morning I like got my notes out and I was like, I don't think I took many notes this week. I don't think there's that much to talk about. But then I looked at them and there's heaps. So
Yeah. There's like a lot happened this week. And I feel like it was all really bad things.
Really? What do I have?
Oh, at least the things I have.
Oh no, most of mine's fine.
Whack.
My first one is that McDonald's Australia has
Yeah.
finally caught up and introduced oat milk.
Oh, interesting.
So now I
Love
can
that.
get their coffees and not just have a gross iced long black. Gross because their blend is pretty bad. I can get an iced latte on oat milk and not
Love
have to
that.
suffer through the coffee bean taste that they have there.
Nice. Very
But let it be
nice.
known,
Do love an oat milk.
I do love an iced long black as well.
Only when it actually
Beans,
is good.
not gross.
Fair. Very fair.
So that's my first one. I was very excited about oat milk in Australia and Macca's.
Love that.
Um,
Oat milk is really nice. I actually like it. I mean, I know it's also the most ethical, but I also
Yeah.
really prefer its taste. Like, it's the one that
Same.
has the least amount of,
additives.
yeah, like, just, like, it just tastes almost like normal milk. Well, it's a
Yeah,
bit watery,
it's
but
the most subtle taste. Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
I think it just started to
full-heartedly.
rain here.
Really? Yeah, it's
Yeah, quite heavily, actually. I can hear it even through
wild
the
soundproofing.
thing. Yeah.
Wild. By the way, I have to say, your Prop HQ party that you did, the little picnic,
Oh, yeah.
looked so fucking great. It was so
It
damn
looked
cute.
so good. I mean, I will be completely honest and say that I did not do most of the set. Well, I didn't do any of the setup. Mum and Dad and Mackenzie did it all. I just took all the photos. I got there within when there was 5 minutes left, and I was like, "Oh wow, we've done such a good job."
Well, the photos
yeah, no,
also
but it
looked
was
great,
really
so
good.
it's a
Yeah.
win-win. It's team effort.
Yeah, no, it looked really well, and it went really well. And at the end, because we're friends with the person whose party it was,
Yeah.
so at the end she was like, "Oh my God, everyone really loved it. All the games were so good." So that's awesome.
Awesome. Everyone go check it
Yeah.
out, because when I say it was better than the ones that I've seen on The Real Housewives, because The Real Housewives do those luxury picnic things.
Yeah.
And yours was so much better, honestly. It was so cute,
Oh.
and everything was so... Mwah. 11 out of 10, check it out. It's also kind of just a really great idea, that luxury picnic thing.
It's really true. Well, that was all her, the organizer. We just had all of the stuff. So she was like, "I'm doing a picnic." And we were like, "Oh, okay, well, this is the stuff we have for it. We've got the games. This is the kind of setup we got." And she was like, "I'm going for a jungly type of vibe," because it was a second birthday party. So that's why it was all natural woodsy colors. And yeah. So it went really well.
Bless.
Yeah.
That's very cute.
Yeah. It was very cute.
Let's talk about the stuff that you have, because I'm sure... Let's talk about the stuff that you have, because I'm sure it's also the stuff I have.
Okay, that's fair. Well, the first one is probably the least interesting one. But I'm going to talk about it anyway, because I think it's just generally... Well, okay, I'm not gonna put a word there. I feel
Oh my God, okay, I'm curious.
No, okay. But it's, the Rust movie with Alec Baldwin?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we know how, obviously, what was that, a week or two ago, there was that accident on set where someone died.
Yeah.
Which is completely...
Horrific.
Yeah, especially the whole, nature of how it happened. And
Yeah.
I just read the other day that I think they're actually going to start an actual investigation into why there was even a live round in his gun anyway.
Yeah.
But the headline that I read this morning, it was another tragedy on the Rust set, and I was like,
Oh my God.
what happened? Turns out, so they're packing up the set, one of the crew got bitten by a spider, like a really like venomous spider, as they were packing up, and it looks like he's going to lose his arm because of the poison from the spider. I was like, this...
Terrifying.
What? Terrifying.
Jesus.
That is all around just a... I mean, are they going to go ahead with the movie now? Like...
I can't imagine they will.
It feels like such a... Right. It feels like... It just feels very...
the whole thing
tragic.
is,
like the whole thing. Yeah.
Very tragic. Yeah, I can't imagine
so.
they would go ahead with it. I don't think anyone would see it, and I don't think any of the cast and crew would really even be willing to go back, you know?
I certainly wouldn't be. If I was Alec Baldwin, I'd be in therapy for the rest of my fucking life.
Yeah. Completely. Jesus.
Yeah. Truly really bad. And so the other thing that I had was also something that was really bad that happened this week, but that you will definitely know about, which is Astroworld.
Yeah. That was like the other day.
I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago. This is insane.
It is insane.
Just the whole thing, just so for those of you who potentially don't know, Travis Scott, Kylie Jenner's boyfriend and baby daddy, because that's the only way we know him.
Fair.
He put on this music festival in Texas, I think in Houston.
Yeah. Yep.
And it was it's supposed to be a 2-day type of situation. And on the first night, there was like, I'm not really sure what set it off. I don't think they kind of even know, but there was
bad organization.
Yeah.
It was literally as it started. It was in the first 20
insane.
minutes. That's why, yeah.
Wow. Oh,
That's
God.
what set it off, is the first 20 minutes of the concert. Did he finish the concert?
I don't think he finished it, but I also
But it
don't
kept
think
going
he
for like a long
stopped
time.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah. So there was a massive panic in the crowd, and 8 people ended up dying from getting crushed.
I think it's more.
And there's like, really?
They're slowly revealing more names, yeah.
Wow. Well, I know that they also said there was like hundreds of people who were injured pretty badly.
Yeah.
So just all around, really, really awful.
Really
but yeah,
up.
so he apparently either didn't know what was going on, which a lot of people are saying they find hard to believe.
Yeah, he absolutely knew. The video of the concert, you can see him like looking at the ambulance and stuff, trying to get through, and he was like actively being like, what the fuck are they doing here, thinking they were police. And he was going, what the fuck are they doing here? Everyone put your hands up and do all this stuff that's gonna get in their way.
Right.
So I do think obviously he was confused because of where he was.
Yeah.
But like when people were screaming at him to stop the concert and stuff, he just didn't.
That's insane. That's so crazy to me. It's because I saw he's only put out like a Twitter statement, and it wasn't even very.
It was a piss poor effort.
Sensitive to what it. Yeah, it was very poor effort. Kylie Jenner has said nothing, even though she's getting a bit of backlash as well because she uploaded a video. Which apparently had like ambulances in it and stuff, and she was like, "Yeah, woo, good time."
Yeah, I can send you the link to one article I read about that because it has the video in it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, the ambulance is just trying to make its way through the crowd, and she's just how lit, you know.
God,
it's pretty fucked up.
God, really
but yeah, it's already been figured out that it was all just bad organization from the team and cutting corners and stuff.
That's awful.
Because, like, apparently his plan was... It was meant to be a festival, like a music festival.
Right.
And it was meant to be, I think, 6 or 7 artists would perform throughout the day on the same stage. And then at nighttime, it was just him on a completely different stage on the other side of the complex.
Right.
So at the end of the day, when all of the other people had finished performing, like... the thousands, if not hundreds, like 100,000 people, thousands, whatever it was, rushed, like booted, like sprinted from one side of the festival to the stage on the other end that hadn't been used all day. They were knocking down safety fences and stuff to get through, to get the best seats, like the best standing position, whatever. And they were pushing through, and like it was just a horrific fuck up. Because, like, most festivals, if not all, are organised specifically so that the stages are spread out evenly.
Yeah.
So that the
Yes.
crowd is dispersed evenly. And when they're going from one to another, it's not a giant stampede.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So, like, I think it was just, I don't know, either hubris on his part, thinking he deserved a stage to himself, or
Definitely
organizational
that.
skills, or what. But
Sounds like it's
sad.
all of the above.
Yeah.
That's really fucked up.
Mm.
Do you know the other thing I heard super fucked up? Sorry to really get into everything with a really bad note. Oh, actually, no, I won't talk about this one. I've changed my mind. I'll talk about it with you privately.
Okay.
It was something that had happened at a Harry Styles concert, and I was like, okay, no,
Oh.
wait a second. This is going to be really triggering, so I'll there's no way to, like, warn ahead. Won't worry about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I'll tell you later.
okay. Was that, what else did you have? Did you have another thing?
Oh, I did. I had one more thing. It was Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson on a lighter topic.
I know, right?
The fact
I've
that
got
they're
that too.
rumored to be dating.
Yeah, so like a week and a half ago, they were pictured. Sorry,
On a
she's
roller
asleep
coaster?
on my lap.
Oh.
They were pictured, no, on like a night out, I think.
Yeah.
Holding hands, and the rumor was that they were just friends.
Right.
But then they've like slowly over the past 2 weeks been seen stepping it up to like holding hands and walking and cuddling and all this shit. I just don't understand. I wanted to defend them and be like, just let guys and girls be friends without making rumors that they're dating. Because that's what I did about Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde, and it turns out, no, they were just dating. And I did that publicly on the pod, so this is a call-out post for me. But no, I think, yeah, they're probably dating. I don't know what magical charisma Pete Davidson has, but good for him, I guess.
Someone was talking about it. I don't think it was anyone who like worked in publicity or anything like that. She was just, oh, maybe it was. I'm not sure. Anyway, she seemed quite informed on the topic.
Yeah.
And she was like, look, the thing is, everyone's so incredulous about this because, like, not only does it look like he's dating Kim Kardashian, but he's got, like, this string of extremely, like, famous and well-off and beautiful women who he's dated.
Yes, you
And
worded
she
that
was
very
like,
well.
Yeah. And she was like, and everyone's like, well, he's kind of average looking. My thoughts on that aside, that's kind of what she was saying.
Yeah.
And she was like, but you have to remember the environment that they're all in. A lot of the guys that these women will meet are probably pretty shit. So the reality of the situation probably is just that he's a really, really nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, funny,
Attentive.
kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, helpful. That's probably just what it is.
And charismatic, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, she's right. That probably is what it is.
I agree.
I think
that's most likely, surely.
Yeah, I mean, the only other option is that it's a publicity stunt, which is pretty common.
That'd be so weird, though.
I mean, it would be weird. I'm not really sure what benefit it has for either party, but...
Exactly. And also, like, at this point, he's dated so many women that could technically be publicity stunts that it's like...
Yeah.
Is it even that shocking anymore?
Yeah.
You know?
It's true. It's very true.
I don't know. I mean, good for them. I hope they're both happy.
Yeah. It's true.
Good luck to him navigating Kanye, though. Oof.
Oof. Yeah. Oof. I mean, I totally feel like Kim deserves a little bit of
happiness,
something nice in her romantic life.
Yeah. In her romantic life, exactly. I love how we're speculating on this shit. And we're like, she deserves a happy romantic life. Like, we are best friends with Kim Kardashian, okay?
Well, from what we know and what we can see, I mean, I can't speak to every other aspect of her personality and what's happened to her. But when we're specifically talking about the guys that she's dated in the past and what has happened in public with who she's been married to,
Yeah.
she deserves someone nice.
I would concur. And I mean, she was on a reality show. We do know her more than a lot of other celebs.
Yeah. It's true. That's true.
You feel,
Very
homie?
true. I do. Anyway, that was it. That's all I had.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a kind of, it's such a wild situation, but then also, how much is there to say on it?
Yeah, it's accurate. No one knows anything.
Exactly. My only other thing is, like, did they kiss for the first time live on SNL during the Aladdin skit and just feel sparks,
That's so fucking funny.
Crazy emotion? Like, what?
I mean, I would have to assume that they did, like, a proper run-through beforehand. So it probably wasn't their first kiss live on TV. But, I mean, potentially it was their first kiss doing a run-through.
Interesting. The, there's a rumor that there's actually not all that many SNL cast members that hook up with the hosts. Apparently it's not as common as you would kind of expect it to be.
Okay.
Because, like, I kind of assumed that, like, surely it happens. They have huge after parties after each episode and stuff. Like,
yeah,
it's got to happen. But apparently it's really not that common.
Interesting. I mean, I feel like, again, we all just think it's really common because if we think specifically of Pete Davidson.
And because we are all horny
sluts. Third or fourth time. Exactly. If
I hosted SNL,
we all
orgy
want
time.
It to happen. That's what fan fiction dreams are made of.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
Bless.
Bless.
Wig. Did you see that? I didn't even know that this happened, but Letitia Wright on the set of Black Panther 2, she got injured in, like, August. And now they have to stop. They just finished filming every scene they possibly can without her. And now they can't film anymore until, like, January when she's fully healed.
Wow. Whack. Yeah. I had no idea. What happened to her?
It's like the Dylan O'Brien stuff on the last Maze Runner movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. He was in a car accident or something, right? And he got, like, really badly injured.
Yeah. Yeah, and they had to have, like, a 6-month break in the middle of filming.
Yeah. Wait, so did that happen to her? She was in, like, a car accident or something, or?
It was during a stunt gone wrong, but...
Right.
I don't know exactly what happened. I think it was, like, a broken arm or leg or something, but,
It must be pretty bad if they've have to take such a long time.
Yeah. And it's wild that all of this stuff, which I'm sure happens pretty frequently in the entertainment industry, all these on-set incidences and stuff. It's interesting seeing the amount of kind of press they're getting now that, you know, the crew union strikes were happening and then the Rust incident and stuff. I'm kind of hoping that there's a little bit of a reckoning, I guess, in the industry where it's safety for all, just more safety on sets and stuff, because it's a lot more common than you would think, the set stuff. Like, I don't think we talked about it, but Ruby Rose the other week went on a big thing on Instagram about how poorly the Batwoman set was handled, and how she got cut on the face and it was so close to her eye she would have been completely blinded forever in her right eye or whatever. And she, like, broke her back or something filming for the show, and the CW was, like, trying to cover it up as much as they could. And she broke her neck, and that's why between the pilot episode and the first episode, the design of her Batwoman costume changed to cover the massive scar she now had on her neck from an injury she got filming the pilot.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. It's wild.
That's insane.
So I just hope that all of these horrific things lead to some actual change, I guess, in the industry.
I mean, do you remember, what was his name? Paul something, Walker? And he died on the Fast and Furious set? Yeah.
He didn't die on set.
Oh, didn't he?
No. It was during filming of the movie. He died in a car crash after a party or something.
Right. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I see that. obviously got all. I was gonna say, because I feel like that was like a really serious thing, and everyone knew about that, but then nothing was done then. But also, if it wasn't actually on set, I can see why.
Yeah, it was during the filming of the 7th one or whatever,
Yep.
so it's
Yep.
definitely confusing. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think that was on set. Luckily.
Wow. I mean, because there's so many people who are at risk too, so it's obviously like, oh man, I don't understand. I don't understand, because this is a really layered kind of conversation, because not only is there the obvious like potential of injury, there's also the fact of like cast and crew being severely overworked.
Yeah.
All that type of stuff as well. So it's, I mean, I want to be like, oh, I want to say that there will be reform in the industry.
Yeah.
But also I feel like studios are going to completely take the excuse of COVID and be like, no, we don't have money to be able to do this kind of stuff. If you want movies,
yeah,
then
like Disney with the ScarJo
ScarJo
stuff being like, imagine her asking for money during COVID when we're suffering, and it's like,
Right?
bro, you're Disney.
Yeah, you're not suffering.
Yeah, don't try and play the victim here.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Insane.
You know, the funny thing is, I was very interested about how that ScarJo thing went down, just to throw it back, because I know I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
But I completely expected everyone to turn on ScarJo. I
did
definitely
too.
thought that everyone was going to be like, oh my God, how dare she ask for more money? And I think that everyone, I mean, from what I saw, people were pretty generally supportive of her being, suing Disney, probably because they hate Disney more than they hate ScarJo. But then obviously Disney made that massive faux pas of being like, it's COVID, everyone suffered, and everyone was like, what the fuck?
Look at her capitalizing off other people's
exactly.
suffering,
Yeah, which is when everyone really took her side. But yeah, no, I definitely expected everyone to be like, oh my God, how dare she?
I agree. I did too. I also the other day read that Will Smith's latest movie, King Richard, it got a simultaneous like streaming or premium video on demand released with cinemas, and he actually he got paid $40 million to do the movie. And he actually ended up forfeiting a lot of it and giving it to the cast and crew that weren't on the same caliber of him, so they didn't get the deals that he got for the streaming release. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So he got rid of most of his $40 million. I know it's not my place to tell her what to do with the money, but like I really hope ScarJo gave the rest of the cast that didn't quite have the leverage that she had.
Yeah.
I hope she gave some money to them. That's all I'll say.
I don't really know her well enough to be able to speculate on whether she would have, but I agree.
Yeah, well, exactly. I don't know if she probably did, but
yeah. I don't know. That kind of plays into that discussion we were having a few weeks ago about what level of responsibility the cast have to make sure that other people are paid fairly.
Yeah.
We didn't really come to a conclusion on that, aside from not sure it is their responsibility, but
like also, if they have the leverage, the star power, why not?
Yeah. Well, particularly in a situation like that, it's like you do have the leverage, and ScarJo has already or is likely to win that case, right? Has she already won it? Yeah. So I mean, it stands to reason that if she won, then everyone else should also like get the same deal that worked on the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It should be. Yes, I agree. Yeah.
So it definitely makes sense for her to help that along.
Yeah,
I suppose is what I'm saying.
No, I would agree with that. And I think part of her deal was she would star in the Tower of Terror Disney movie, which, in a completely wild change of events, apparently Taika Waititi is directing.
What the fuck?
Right? Like, what even is this movie gonna be?
Yeah.
Although apparently he was in a lot of trouble from Disney and Marvel after the whole kissing gate in Sydney.
Polyamory situation, yeah.
So maybe this is them being like, we're going to stop hiring you unless you direct this Tower of Terror movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof. Oh, God.
Because he has,
Man.
like, I think he has, like, a DC movie, a Star Wars movie, another Marvel franchise. Like, he's working on so many movies right now that he's meant to be directing in the next 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Good on him.
Good on him.
Good on him.
It's wild. Can I ask the time that you have on your timer? Just because I know you've got to get to...
39 minutes.
39 minutes, okay. I know you've got places to be, people to see.
Yeah, I don't need to leave for another 45, so it's
yeah,
not
but
a
I don't
big
want
deal.
you rushing.
It's fine.
Okay, anyway. Did you see just an hour ago the Spider-Man No Way Home poster was released?
No.
It's so wild to me that these days you don't get the poster and the first trailer at the same time.
It's also really wild that the poster is coming after the trailer.
I agree, because like back in my standing days of the Hunger Games movies and stuff,
Yeah.
I would be up at like 2 a.m. waiting for the official drop of the trailer.
Yeah.
Which, like, the week before, they would have released the posters, or a poster at least, a teaser poster. And with this, it's like, it's literally like a month and 10 days. What's today? The 8th. It's a month and 10 days until...
We have to talk about Eternals.
We should talk about Eternals. But it's like a month and 10 days until Spider-Man's released. And they've done, like, one trailer and one poster. They've done, like, no marketing.
That's because they know everyone's going to go see it.
I think
they
that's
don't
the
need
thing.
to do any marketing.
But I also kind of hate that because I'm like...
Yeah.
I just want to know what it's about. Like, obviously, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are in it, but...
Yeah.
The rumor is that Marvel and Sony were fighting about whether or not they should show Tobey and Andrew in the second trailer.
Interesting.
Because they're like, we can either just allude to it and let people see it for the first time in the actual movie, which at this point, honestly, there's been so many leaks of this movie that I'm like, they should just release the first look. The Spider-Man No Way Home poster was accidentally leaked by Australia on Friday.
That's
like
so
a few days ago.
funny.
Because it just started showing up on buses around the country.
Whack. Oh, and does it have Andrew and Toby's names on it?
No. It's like a pretty plain poster, honestly. It's not even... Yeah, it's like honestly... I don't know if you know the controversy around the posters for the first two Spider-Man movies with Marvel.
No, I don't.
Basically, they all sucked, and they were like
poster discourse.
I do, because that was the version I have. But basically, they were like shitty second grader made them posters that didn't do much for the plot. But that's the poster, the official poster for Spider-Man 3.
Okay,
it honestly looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does look cool.
But then get this. You wouldn't have seen it just then. But in the very, very far background is the first official look at Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin.
I mean, it looks exactly the same as it did before.
Yeah, but like, why are they showing us the first official look of the villain, the character, in a teaser poster so far in the background that it looks like shit? I'm just... The marketing for this movie is wild.
Honestly, I reckon they just haven't... I don't know, man. It sounds very much like they're... I think they're trying as hard as they possibly can to keep it a secret about Toby and Andrew.
Leaked.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they are going to address that.
Well, the rumor is... I've said... take a shot every time I say the rumor is this episode, because that's all I've been saying. The rumor is... Rumor has it, Adele. The rumor is that Feige, whenever something's leaked, he, like, just pretends it didn't happen. And everyone else in the studio is like, well, can we release the poster now that it's leaked? And he's like, what leak? You know? He just pretends it doesn't happen, which is kind of a baller move. But, no. The reason I was so convinced they were going to show, like, a very little glimpse at Andrew and Toby in the second trailer, whenever that's released, which a month and 10 days should have been released 2 months ago, the second trailer. According to, trailer rules from the movie industry. No, I assumed that they would show them so that they could have Toby and Andrew doing the press junket and interviews and stuff when the movie
Yeah.
came out. But if they're not in the trailer, are they just not going to use them as a marketing tool? In which case, that doesn't seem like Disney.
Well, there's two options here from a marketing perspective. One is obviously what you just said, that they release it and they're in the press junket, which creates excitement but not hype. Whereas the other option is they try and keep it a secret until people go and see the movie, and then word of mouth gets people so excited because they're so surprised and shocked and delighted that they're in the movie that everyone's like, oh my God, I have to go and see it. I didn't know this was going to happen. This is an amazing plot twist, even if it's not really a plot twist.
Yeah,
which
interesting.
Is pretty effective if you think about it. That like I'm thinking like, you know, when Beyonce dropped that album completely out of the blue, just like that was just an album, and then people were like, oh my God, Beyonce's just dropped an album with no marketing, and it almost created
it was
this,
the marketing
like,
itself.
Yeah, exactly. It was such a desire to get it because everyone was so shocked and didn't realize it was happening. So it's the same type of thing. It creates its own surprise, which is in and of itself creates a desire to go and see it. And I think that if that was ever going to work, it would work with this.
See, I would have said if it was ever going to work, it would have worked with The Last Avengers.
But in what way? Because what was the big shock with that, you know?
Well, no one knew what it was going to be about. What it was going to look like, what it was going to be about.
And so you mean they shouldn't have released any, like, posters or anything like that? Or trailers?
Well, they didn't even reveal the name of The Last Avengers until, like, 3 months before it came out.
Really late. Yeah, that was crazy. Although I think that was more an effort to stop spoilers, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the marketing campaign for Spider-Man 3 has been a mess. But I obviously think it's going to be the highest grossing movie during the pandemic, so...
Yeah,
Whatevs.
that's yes. I agree completely, because everyone has this giant question of, are they in it?
They are.
But that's not been confirmed by anybody official, you know, so, like...
Apparently every time a fan sees Tobey Maguire in public, and they're like, so, like... You're in the movie,
this is
right?
Iconic.
Apparently Toby's just like, wink, wink. Like, obviously. Which is kind of iconic, honestly.
That is iconic. But again, see, I mean, I personally also do believe that they're going to be in the movie. I feel like it's just...
It would be weird to use all their villains and not have them in it.
For sure, definitely. And considering what the movie is actually going to be about, it makes complete sense for them to be in it. But I also think there's like this niggling voice in the back of my mind where I'm like, but what if they aren't? I don't know 100% that they're going to be in it, because Marvel haven't confirmed it. They're not, it's their names haven't been released. They're not doing any press. So are they in it?
Yeah.
That is 100% enough for me to be like, I'm going to see that movie opening night. You know?
Interesting. So,
I'm not having that shit spoiled.
Fair. I'm the opposite. I love spoilers. I'm like, if the entire plot of the movie leaks, I'm gonna read it. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
See, I probably would read it because of my curiosity, but then I'd be so disappointed in myself. And the entire time I was watching the movie and it played out like that, I'd be like, ugh.
Yeah, but
gross.
with you, you're like, what are the chances that you're gonna know the entire plot of the movie leaked?
Yeah.
You're like so sheltered about all this stuff, whereas I'm like on the message boards and I'm like on the Reddit pages, like Marvel Studios leaks and spoilers.
Yeah,
I'm on it.
No, it would have to be pretty major for me to see it, particularly because I don't really go on Twitter anymore or anything like that, or even Tumblr.
Yeah,
it would definitely have to be a pretty major leak for me to find out about it.
Yeah, or I would be like, guess what?
Yeah, exactly. That is the most likely scenario.
Is that yummy? Well, speaking of leaks and spoilers, Eternals, because I did read most of the plot of that before I saw it because it leaked 6 months ago.
Did it really?
Yeah, it leaked 6 months ago, and I read it, and I was like, I don't think that's gonna be what the movie's about. It's too like simple. It turns out it was. That's exactly what the movie was. I'm like, how much do we have to say about it though? Give me
I feel
your
like we
initial impressions.
discussed it a little bit in person.
Pippi's gonna mess up my microphone, but she's so cute I can't stop her.
That's really fair. I mean, obviously, the first one, it was way too fucking long. It was so oh. She's so cute.
Yeah, sorry.
It was way too long.
I
also feel like it's really important to point out that I actually, since I've seen it, have come to love the movie with a burning passion. And that is entirely because the dude bros hate it. And that makes me go, well, if you hate it, I have to love it.
I agree.
In reality, I did not actually like the movie that much. I thought it was too long. It was a bit boring.
I agree.
It was fine. It wasn't bad. It was definitely not one of the, not the worst Marvel movie I've seen. And just to clarify, the reason I didn't like it was not at all because of the diversity of the casting choices of the story.
They were one of the saving graces.
That was like the only reason why I stayed as long as I did.
But how do we voice that, you know?
I know.
It's impossible. I see all this shit on social media and I'm like, I can't fit everything, all the nuances into a single tweet about how to analyze a movie that does so much for diversity's sake. And I don't think any of it's forced in the movie. I think all the diversity in it's very natural.
Not. It, in fact, would have made like the opposite amount of sense for there to not be that level of diversity. It would have been glaringly obvious.
It would have been these white people, white saviors in the 2,000 years ago. Like, yeah.
Yeah, with such an ensemble cast, like, you know, with like, what it was, 10 main characters or whatever, it would have been really weird for them to all just be white men.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I'm interested because we didn't really...
I just gotta say, my entire thought is that everything about this movie has been so blown out of proportion. It's not a bad movie. It's not a great movie. It's a fine movie. It's an okay movie. It's a solid 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
And that does not mean it's a bad movie, and that does not mean it deserves hate. And that's purely because of the length and the structure of the film itself.
I completely agree. Like, the actual directing is really quite good. You can tell that it's very cinematic and that it's thoughtful and that there's, like, each shot is, like, it's nice. Like, visually, it's very nice to look at. But there's, like, there's, like, a very specific hour that I'm like, this is bad.
The first hour.
This was unnecessary. Well, it starts about 15 minutes in. It starts right when Kit Harington leaves and Richard Madden comes in. And then they go away to start looking for the other Eternals. And then it ends about an hour after that. I think probably when they get to Druig and the actual, like...
they stopped doing the flashbacks.
Yeah, they stopped doing a lot of the flashbacks. The flashbacks were so confusing. It's like, it's just a really weird way to structure it. The varying length, not only of the flashbacks, but then of the juxtaposing present time, just made no sense. And for that first hour, you were like, what is the movie about?
Right.
Is it
and
about
the triggering of the flashbacks didn't make sense. Like, okay.
No.
The flashbacks would have made sense if it was in present day they find one of their teammates. They find Angelina Jolie and Don Lee in Australia. And then we have a flashback that focuses on them and why they left. No. That's not what they did.
Yeah. No.
The flashbacks and structure of the first hour and a half were like
really
truly
weird.
wild. They were like, well, it's been 2 minutes since the last flashback. Let's throw one in that goes for 10 minutes.
100%. It felt very arbitrary. I think it would have been more boring, but would have made more sense if they'd done all of the flashbacks, if they'd done the movie chronologically.
Yep.
So it makes sense why, because that definitely would have been more boring. That 100% would have been like an hour and a half of the introduction would have been too long.
No, what if it was spaced out more evenly, and there was like the narrative of the story was unraveling this mystery of what the actual purpose of the Eternals is and stuff, and what if that was unraveled over 2,000 years?
Yeah,
and we catch up with them for like half an hour at a time every. You know, that would have been cool and interesting and fun.
It's really true because there was like no indication up until when Cersei went to the big guy that there was anything kind of like untoward going on.
Yeah.
And I remember when it happened, I was really shocked and surprised. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Did we just get the whole main secret of the movie right now? And then it turned out we were like an hour and a half into the movie and everything else. Like, I was really shocked because it didn't feel like it was a natural placement for it, even though in terms of like a sequence, it actually did make sense. It was just because basically everything before that had been almost unimportant to that point.
Yeah.
Like, to the point of finding out that the Eternals had a superior purpose that was kept a secret from them. It was really weird.
I agree. The reveals made no sense in the timing that they were placed in the film.
Yeah. Yeah. It's honestly, that is the main issue. The actual movie itself and the plot was really not that bad. Like, it was
the plot
kind
was
of
simple enough. That's the thing. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. If the movie was 2 hours, the plot would have been simple but effective.
Yeah.
The fact that it was 35 minutes longer than that means the plot that was simple and effective was just drawn out to be boring and too simple. Right?
Yeah. Definitely. And I think the issue was because I think usually the justification for such a long movie and a drawn out plot would be to focus on characterization.
Yeah.
Except that didn't really happen in this movie either because there was like 15 of them.
Exactly. And it would have been good and fine if they had focused on like a characterization of Cersei and Icarus, but they were the two most bland characters in the film.
It's really true.
One, they had no chemistry. Their chemistry. Epic 10,000 year love story made no sense because they had no chemistry. And then they were also the two most boring characters. Don't get me wrong, Gemma Chan can do no wrong. Accurate. But like her character in the movie was like, ugh.
Well, I thought it got way more interesting in the second half after she'd turned that deviant into a tree. After that happened, I was like, oh my God, this is interesting.
See, that should have been one of the bigger reveals.
Yeah, for sure.
And it should have been a bigger character. I know. It should have been a bigger character revelation in that, like, she was this powerful this entire time. She just never realized, that's my chin. I know I have 3 of them, but...
She's got the zooms. She's ready to go.
Zooms. And then she'll completely pass out in the middle of running around in circles. It's insane.
That's so funny.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that should have been a really big character development
for sure.
Plot point, but it just wasn't.
For sure.
They forgot about it until they had no other choice but to use that.
Yeah, it's really accurate. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think what happened was it was just see, the funny thing is it was almost an overwhelming amount of story that they needed to go through in terms of there was like 10 or 15 characters that they needed to establish. There was a whole 7,000 year background that they needed to go through.
Yeah. To
get to the main point of the movie. Which fits really weirdly with the fact that it was quite a simple plot. Yeah, honestly. It's an interesting and intriguing movie. It's difficult to describe to somebody who hasn't seen it.
And I think something huge about the release and the reception of the film is that on Rotten Tomatoes, it has like 50%.
Yes.
But that's not a good indication of what the critics actually think of the film, because what critics actually think of the film is that it's a 6 or 7 movie. But in Rotten Tomatoes, anything below a 7 is considered rotten.
Yeah.
Instead of everything below 5 is considered rotten. So it's everything below 7 is considered rotten. So all these critics are giving it like 6.5s and 6s and stuff, which is like, it's a fine movie. It's okay. See it. It drives the MCU forward, whatever. But that number, 50% number, just looks like it's a bad movie.
Yeah, it's true.
Even though that's not an accurate representation.
There's been a lot of people who have been reviewing it badly without even seeing it right. Like, that's been like a phenomenon.
The fans, people are review bombing it because they don't like that there's female leads and multiple people of color and a queer relationship in it. And which, can we talk about how cute Fastos and his family are? That was so fucking adorable.
Stop! They were so cute. I loved the husband. I don't remember his name, but I loved him.
I agree.
He was so just like
minutes,
quietly supportive. Truly.
Ma'am, that's my... Yeah, overall, too long. I think I fell asleep in 2/3 in
That's so funny.
for
You
like
didn't
30
miss
seconds.
anything.
Well, I know I didn't miss anything because it was only for 30 seconds, but man, when I tell you I needed like some cocaine or something to get me through that movie, I don't even know if that's the right drug that I should be saying. What's the drug that gets you all hyped?
Me either. No, I think it's Coke.
Okay, well, whatever drug gets you hyped, I needed that. I needed
Yeah.
industrial strength cocaine to make it through that film.
It's the first 15 minutes were kind of interesting, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm vibing with this." And then as soon as they started to go and collect all the Eternals, and it took for fucking ever, I was like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
why is this happening?" I feel like I also probably was. I mean, going into it, I know that Kit Harington wasn't advertised as being in it very much, but then he was in it so much in the first
In the
15
beginning.
minutes, and I was like, "Wait, maybe
Yeah.
he's a main character."
Yeah.
Am I going to get to see hot Professor Daddy Kit Harrington for 2.5 hours? And then I didn't.
Yeah.
And that was really unfortunate.
Sorry for podcast listeners, she's eating the microphone. Yeah, look. It's kind of an interesting film.
Also, we didn't even talk about the mid-credit scene. How could we... I completely skipped over that.
I'm glad it was a mid-credit scene because seeing Harry Styles
Yeah.
pop up like that was beyond jarring.
It was so jarring.
Beyond.
I want to throw this out there.
Yeah.
I fucking love Harry Styles. I would die for that
completely.
man. Like,
Same.
die for him. And I actually also think that he's quite a good actor. When I saw him in Dunkirk, that's the only reason I went and saw that movie was because of him.
Yep.
And when I saw him in it, I was like, oh, wait, he actually knows what he's doing. This is really good. So I think he's a very good actor, and I have no problems with him even joining the MCU. But when he came on screen, I was like, oh no, they've made a grave mistake. I don't think he did a very good job in those 30 seconds. And I know that that's not necessarily an indication for what he'll be like in. Apparently, he's been contracted for 5 movies, which is insane.
Well, apparently we're going to see him a lot sooner than we think. So that makes me...
Whack.
That makes me think he'll either pop up in, like, Multiverse of Madness or a Disney Plus show.
Okay. Interesting. Wow. Well, in any case, I have high hopes for him, but unsure.
Yes. I agree that the scene that they gave him didn't do him much justice, but I think that's purely because they literally made him appear and immediately get into comedy. And it's like, hold on. We've never seen this character before. You've just thrown Harry Styles in our face, and now you're making him be all funny with a troll, a Pip the Troll. Like, what?
It's true. And it was right after the major reveal of him being Thanos' brother. No sooner could we have time to digest that we saw Harry fucking Styles on our screen. I was like,
yeah.
What?
I'm here for it. I think he's gonna kill it. I just think we need to not be fucking decked out of nowhere with him.
Yeah, legit. I think, I remember a few weeks ago, a month or so ago, people being like, oh my God, Harry's going to be in the MCU. And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. Okay. I'd either forgotten or had absolutely no idea that it was supposed to happen in this movie. Because when he came on screen, I almost like fucking kicked my shoe across the cinema. I was so shocked. I was like, what is this? What?
Yeah.
What?
It was pretty wild.
I think that probably added to my... Yeah, it was wild as fuck. And then, of course, the post-credit scene. Which was, in contrast to Too Vague. Yeah.
The mid-credit scene was too much, and the end-credit scene was not enough.
Yeah. That really sums up the whole movie. Some of it was too much, some of it was not enough.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Weird.
It would have the post-credit scene would have been more effective if the cliffhanger was just Kit Harington grabbing the sword.
Yeah.
But instead they had a mysterious voice be like, that's not a good idea, or whatever.
Yeah, you sure you're ready for this, Mr. Whitman?
Who the fuck was that? Who was that? What the fuck? And then, of course, they had to do the classic Marvel post-release explanation tour, and Chloe Zhao was like, oh yeah, I can confirm that was Mahershala Ali being Blade.
See, this is the same thing. I mean, on a way lesser scale, but this is the same thing that happened after Endgame. And they had to like post movie explain what happened in it. And it's like, if you have to go around and explain what happened in your movie, you didn't do a very good job.
In the movie, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Luckily, there was just with the post-credit scene. The only other thing I needed clarification on in Eternals was whether or not Icarus killed himself.
Yeah. No, but he did, right?
I don't know. Because he signed on for multiple movies, and I'm like, I can't imagine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so did Salma
must not
Hayek.
have.
She signed on for like 3 or 4 movies.
I was so shocked that she was dead because I was like, I thought she was the main character in this movie.
Well, yeah. At least she was in more flashbacks. I guess that was one of the good parts of the flashbacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
And Angelina Jolie was amazing, obviously. She looked really hot.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, well, we've got to start wrapping up.
We do.
But I'll quick fire through a couple things.
Okay.
Kristen Stewart's engaged.
I saw that! How nice
We
for
love
her.
that. We love it.
We do love that.
Not only
She
do we
just
love that...
randomly dropped it, right?
In an interview, yeah.
Just like... Yeah, that's
like,
so
yeah,
funny.
we're doing that thing. We're getting engaged. We're getting married.
That's so funny. Yeah.
And then also Spencer, her movie, is getting rave reviews. So,
is that about to come out?
In America, not here. Mm-hmm.
Oh, when does it come out here?
Probably in like another month or so. But
Whack.
I can't believe Oscars 2022 is gonna be Lady Gaga versus Kristen Stewart. Like, this is my dream.
Who are we gonna root for?
Exactly. So I'm
Did you
very
see
excited
all that
for Kate
shit
to
that
do.
Lady Gaga's been saying about filming?
I sent it to you.
Yeah, there was that, but there was also that thing where she
drove past where he was murdered.
No, I don't know. Maybe
tell me yours
when
first.
she was like, she was like, oh, I was a method actor, so I was in character for 9 months, and I was fully speaking Italian with an Italian accent the whole time, and it was just really weird, like trying to get out of character because I felt like I was her. I was like, what the fuck is she talking about?
She's an icon and a legend. No, she was like, for prep of the movie, we actually drove past so the movie's about the assassination of the Versace patriarch that she organizes.
Yeah.
And
Versace?
Giovanni or something.
I think it is.
Anyway, they drove past the place where he was shot and killed, like he was actually murdered. And she was like, when we were driving past, I was so in character and I was so absorbed that as we drove past, I thought, oh no, what have I done?
Oh my god.
How iconic.
Oh my god.
Not just like that happening, like in the moment being like, oh my god, I've had this man killed, what have I done? But to like voice that at a panel about the movie, like put that in public eye, how iconic.
Honestly, no, I love Lady Gaga. I feel like she's done
her.
a lot. It's the same thing. But she is fucking
Loopy.
wild.
She's iconic.
Genuinely, 90% of the stuff that comes out of her mouth, I'm like, I don't know what she's saying. What is she talking about?
It's part of the
English,
allure.
but a very strange English.
It's iconic. Stan. We got a Stan.
Yeah, weird.
Got to Stan. Did you see that the baby names this year? There've been a massive shake-up in baby names.
Has there? Wow. Good news.
So I think it was Sophia. The name Sophia has been dethroned as the number 1 baby name.
Wow.
Overtaken by like Olivia or something because of Olivia Rodrigo. But guess what names have rocketed in the female baby name sector?
Renesmee.
No. Are you ready?
I've got nothing else. Yeah.
Wanda, Agatha, and Vision.
Stop it.
People are naming their baby girls Vision.
Stop it. Stop it!
And then Wanda and Agatha are having resurgences from like the 1920s.
Oh my god. Are you
How iconic.
shitting?
No, I'll link
right
the thing
now?
below. It's so funny.
That is so funny.
There's
so
nothing
funny.
much to say
I mean,
about that bit.
Wonder, like, Okay, all right. I can get that. Like, you know, she's been in the MCU for a while, whatever. It's a nice name. Agatha is, you start to get a bit like, I don't know about this one. Vision?
I guess they're trying to, they're like, rationalizing it as Vision. Isn't that different from naming your daughter, like, Hope? Like, Hope, Vision. Charity. You know? Faith, yeah.
Oh, fuck me. I'm not sure about that one.
I agree. We'll have a baby and we'll name it Vision.
Oh, no, it has to be. It will have to be one of those. It'll have to be a mushed name. It would have to be Agathision.
Vision. Wonder Vision.
Yeah. Makes sense.
What else?
Even the fact that they're naming... Oh, man. Oh, weird. Oh, God. Stop. Can't handle that. Move on.
Okay. Well, the... Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo being Glinda and
I did see
Elphaba
this news
in
too.
Wicked. Love that.
Yes.
Love that for them.
I only saw the news that Ariana had got a role in Wicked and that everyone was really excited for her because she's wanted it for a long time or something.
So she's playing the Good Witch who has the popular song.
Right. In a movie? Or on Broadway?
Movie.
Oh.
Have you signed the petition demanding James Corden not being in it?
Iconic. No, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, I've signed it.
He's definitely going to be in it.
Because there's a very specific role that I know he'll be going for, which is the goat professor.
Right.
Who slowly turns back into a real goat throughout the movie because the magic is like leaving Oz. I've seen this musical twice. I love it. It's batshit.
I didn't even know it was set in the Wizard of Oz universe.
You are insane.
We'll have to watch that when I watch that other one that you want me to see, Chicago.
We'll do the other things are like Celebrity Big Brother Australia started, and I made the decision not to watch.
Interesting. See, I didn't know it had already started, but I've been getting so much promo on my TikTok for Caitlyn Jenner.
Really?
Being in it. Yeah. Just like every ad that I come up is Caitlyn Jenner, political candidate or something, and as soon as I see her face, I'm like, next.
Yeah. I think I was following the Big Brother Australia page because I like the regular series, and I just had to unfollow it because it was like fucking 30 posts a day about the same three celebrities.
Ugh.
And like they're all talking about like conservative shit and everything, and I'm like, ugh, can't be dealt. I'm not dealing with that.
Has anyone been saying it's any good or?
No, I think everyone hates it.
Iconic.
I've got to Google the ratings, the viewership numbers, because I think it'll be pretty low. Okay, last thing, really quick, is Taylor Swift announced that she's written and directed the all too well 10-minute version short film starring Sadie Sink and Dylan O'Brien.
And Dylan O'Brien, I saw this yesterday. Or maybe this morning. I don't know. It was just the only thing I saw was a TikTok, and it was talking about how hilarious Taylor Swift is. How hilarious the whole thing is, because Dylan O'Brien was like, "Yeah, I didn't shower for a month," which is so funny.
You mean Jake Gyllenhaal?
No, Dylan O'Brien. He was like, "I didn't shower for a month in order to get into the role."
No,
and everyone was like, "Oh, I don't know." That was a news article.
Fake news. That's a fake news screenshot, Maddie.
It was a news article. Well, it was a screenshot of that news article, which was obviously in reference to the fact that Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't shower.
Yeah.
And then they were talking about how funny it is that Dylan O'Brien is 30 and Sadie Sink is 19, which is basically the age difference of Taylor and Jake when they dated.
And Taylor Swift absolutely did that on purpose.
Truly, which is what everyone's saying. They're like, "Oh my god, this is hilarious."
It's iconic.
Kind of events. When is it supposed to come out?
And I love it. Same day as the album, which is like the 12th, I think, next Friday.
Like 3 days, yeah.
This Friday, yeah.
Whack.
3 days.
That's so fucking funny.
It's Monday.
Yeah. Well, it's the 8th.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, that was it. I'm excited for that. I think that's iconic.
Yeah, that's interesting. Doesn't the album have like 30 songs?
Yeah. Yeah, because I
That's
think the original
insane.
had like 18. And she's
Wow.
like, well, let me one-up it. And by that, I mean 12-up it.
No wonder it's taking her so long to release them. It's actually basically a whole new album that she's recording.
T. Also, have we actually gotten a single from Red Taylor's version? Or just Wildest Dreams from 1989?
I don't think so, yeah.
I also don't think so, which is insane.
Yes, it is insane.
Yeah, that's it.
Very much so.
Start wrapping up and let's do our
Wrap
What the
up.
Fuck of the Weeks.
Okay.
Shall we?
Okay. Perfect.
Stunning.
You go first, as always.
Whew. Okay, my What the Fuck of the Week this week. Let me think for a sec. My What the Fuck of the Week this week.
You want one of mine, which is that you kept this a secret from me purposefully? I was just an idiot.
No.
You were rude.
My What the Fuck of the Week this week is that my What the Fuck of the Week this week, okay, finally I actually have one, is and I've forgotten it. Oh fuck.
Shall I go first then?
No, because I had it in my head just then and now I've already forgotten. My What the Fuck of the Week this week is Andy Cohen and Bravo TV for making the next 2 weeks of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City so epic that this week's episode is a full 90 minutes and next week's episode is a full hour 10. Can you believe?
Wow.
For the first time ever, a full 2 hour episode of The Real Housewives. All because of Jen Shah's arrest. How dare you get me hyped up? How dare you?
That's so funny. I really need to keep watching Salt. Like, I watched the first 3 episodes of it with Jake. And then, obviously, because we went together, I didn't watch the rest of it. But I really need to. I'll just go on without him. I just need to watch it all.
I think you should. Because Andy on his show last week said that this week and next week's, specifically next week's episode, is the best episode of Housewives ever. Full stop.
Wow.
Yeah, and everyone was like, that's kind of a big claim, Andy. And he was like, I stand by it.
Yeah. I agree with myself.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited for that and
well
also confused at why they
so
would hype
funny.
us up so much. But yeah.
Wow.
What's your What the Fuck of the Week, Mads?
Okay, well, firstly, obviously that you hid a whole puppy from me. That was wild. But no, my actual what the fuck that I had pre-prepared before the episode started, imagine that, is is the kindness of some people and the thoughtfulness of some people. And we're aware, our what the fucks are always like, I mean, our general episode is very negative. We're always like, oh my God, people, ew.
No, we're not. We're pretty positive most of the time.
We're positive people, but the things we talk about.
Okay, true.
Anyway, no, the specific thing. So I was here in Paddington along the terraces. It was late night shopping. There is once a month they're doing it in the lead up to Christmas, and it was late night. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, my shop's not really something that people would just wander into, but I'll stay open. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Friday night, by the way, so it was like, you know, who wants to be sitting alone late at night?
In their office, yeah.
In their office doing nothing. Anyway, but I was like, whatever, it is what it is. I actually ended up having a major disaster that day, so I would have stayed late anyway, just as an aside. But Vashti, who owns the shop next to me, she also obviously stayed late and was very quiet. And she came down right as she was leaving. She was like, hey, Maddie. I was like, hi. Sad because I had a bad day. And she was like, I just went over to such and such, the shop, and she was like, I got myself chocolates and I know that you can't because you're vegan, so I bought you these lollies. And she like got me a whole jar of like hard candy and just gave it to me. They're like $15 I saw in a little jar. And I was like, not only was she thinking of me when she went shopping to get chocolate for herself, she specifically went out of her way to get me something vegan.
That's very lovely.
That's so nice. That was so nice. And she didn't even know that I'd had such a bad day. She just did that. It was very nice. Sweet. It made me feel very good. Yeah. It was very nice. And I'm very
obsessed
appreciative.
with your what the fuck of the week. The thing confusing you this week is people being nice.
Well, I feel like that type of just like thoughtless, I was in the shop getting something for myself, so of course I got something for you. Just like is not very common anymore, you know?
Yeah.
It's like it was just very
Off
like
the cuff,
I think people think it but don't do it. You know? They're like, oh, it would be so nice if I did this, and then they're like, oh, but I can't for whatever reason. But no, so yes, that's my what the fuck is.
Oh, I love it. That's very cute.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, everyone. Actually, what are your socials, Mads?
Oh, Lady Alice 101 on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube.
TikTok.
Yes. TikTok. Fuck. Yes.
But more importantly, Harness Creation on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And also Prop HQ on Instagram.
Prop HQ on Instagram. That's also on Facebook, but I haven't done anything. I don't even have a cover page.
That's fair. Legit though, go check out both her businesses, and also just go marvel at the fancy picnic, because I was obsessed with it and I loved it. If you want to follow the pod, you can at WTFIH podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Obviously, all the links are down below as usual. If you want to follow me on TikTok or Twitter, NIC_sushi. And that's it on that. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Maddie, for hanging out with me. Sorry for messing you around the last few days.
No, don't even. Thank you for bringing Pippi. She's so cute. Stop it. Get her away from me. I can't look at her. She's too cute.
Okay, well,
I can't wait to meet
everyone. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to What the Fuck is Happening.
The podcast.
Yay.
A bit of a weird episode, but I think a good one nonetheless. Bless.
I agree.
Okay.
Bless.
Feeling Mads.
Bye.